Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
Hey, hello, how are ya? Thanks for being here. Prager University is absolutely insane. Something very sinister is going on here. And as most of you probably know, Florida decided to approve the use of Prager University Kids videos in their classrooms, and possibly in Texas as well. This is concerning because if you've ever seen PragerU Kids videos, they are full of falsities, half-truths, and downright propaganda. PragerU is short for Prager University, but actually their full name is Prager University Foundation, and they're not actually a university at all. I guess anyone can just claim to be a university. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Trump University.
At this point, I could just come up with a university. Sure, I would be scamming people out of their money, but it's the United States. What university doesn't scam people out of their money? The whole point of PragerU is to instill American values that they believe counter the dominant liberal ideologies of everyday life. Their words, not mine. Why act like these are inherently American values? It's like beyond that. It's like, I don't even know how you came up with this. So I took it upon myself to watch some of these Prager University Kids videos. And all I can say is that if these are the videos that we are showing to young, impressionable children, coded as education, we should be very, very afraid. Number one, in this video, they've got Booker T. Washington basically essentially saying it's not that big of a deal to, yes, I went through slavery, but at least I get to be an American. Because I guess that's the end all be all of living a great life, just being an American.
Despite our nation not always living up to our declaration that all men are created equal, I am still so proud and thankful to be an American.
Even though you were a slave?
Exactly.
That doesn't make no sense. My man.
And he also basically told him, people in the future are never responsible for history.
Future generations are never responsible for the sins of the past.
Okay, I'll keep doing my best to treat everyone well and won't feel guilty about historical stuff.
It's like, okay, well, we're dumbing it down. We're acting like history doesn't have an impact on the present, and it won't have an impact on the future when it absolutely does. This is just basic knowledge. This isn't liberal, this isn't conservative, this shouldn't be a controversial take. History has an effect on the present and the future, period. But for whatever reason, they don't want children to see that. It's one thing to have an enslaved cartoon person saying this to children, but it's another thing to make it Booker T. Washington, as if Booker T. Washington said this. I mean, if you're going to do this, at least make it a random slave, like a general slave with no name. As bad as that would be. But you saying this, it kind of makes it seem like he said this, like this is a quote from him. Not to my knowledge have I read anything about him saying this.
Anya is blogging all about fossil fuels and how energy poverty, not climate change, is the real threat.
Who is saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Father Yakub tells her about the Warsaw Uprising, when the city's Jews fought back against the Nazis.
And by the way, these dummies called it the Warsaw Uprising. That is a different thing from the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. When Jewish people were literally fighting for their life, two completely different things.
Anya is realizing that fighting oppression is risky, and that it always takes courage.
This one is kind of ridiculous because they're trying to compare Jewish people like literally fighting for their life, fighting oppression, to denying that coal and fossil fuel has a big impact on climate change, which is insane to me. Yeah, enough said on that one. On this next video, we've got Christopher Columbus. So these two little white kids, they meet Christopher Columbus's crazy ass, And they're like, yo, like, there's a holiday for you in the future, and like, people don't like you, but some people do. And he's like, well, you can't judge people from the past by standards of today. But before we get into this Christopher Columbus one, why are his eyes this blue?
I'm so fucking scared right now!
This is scary to me. I know this is off topic and irrelevant, but it's giving.
Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
What the hell? No way! What the hell?
Wait, what? Okay. I'm actually genuinely shocked right now. So Christopher's telling them, like, slavery was kind of a compromise because it was either you be a slave or you get killed. He's like, isn't it better to be a slave than to be murdered? Honestly, I think a lot of people would disagree. I think a lot of people would rather die than be in chattel slavery. The things you learn in school about slavery, it doesn't even scratch the surface of how much was actually being done to these people. No human being in their right mind would rather go through that than be dead. There's just no way. So then Christopher goes on to talk about, like, you can't judge people from the past based on the standards of today.
You must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
So he's saying because he looked at what the Greeks did in the past as no big deal, that people today should look back at slavery and be like, no big deal.
I love and am thankful for the ancient Greeks, but they permitted lifestyles and worshiped gods that, as a Christian, I think is very bad.
Okay, suddenly he's a Christian. Okay. Just randomly slaughtering people and forcing a religion on people, that's not very Christ-like. This is just sad and scary for the kids who have to, like, ingest this material at a young impressionable age. Because now they're gonna walk around poorly educated, racially insensitive. Good luck to the kids, honestly, good luck, because this is rough. Good luck to you parents too. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, still give it a thumbs up. If you are mad and you're a fan of PragerU, leave a comment. If you're not a fan of PragerU, leave a comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.